there's a massive disconnect in medicine, particularly mental health. We know how to treat mental disorders, but currently we aren't doing it at a massive scale and at a reasonable cost. So in other words, the supply is much less than the demand. And that was really a surprising moment for us, and when we checked it out with Charles, who's a psychiatrist on our team, he said, yes, that's the case. So we think this could be a huge opportunity to provide an interactive multimedia platform that guides you through the various stages of therapy and treatment. This doctor that we talked to is already doing a little bit of it through DVDs, but we just think that, it could be much, much richer. And so the possible areas that it could help with are post-traumatic stress disorders, depression, chronic stress, anxiety, even workplace conflict. Possible components of the solution could be videos and workshops that could be both synchronous and asynchronous. You could really leverage the connections with your circle of support, as well as connections with others like you. One thing that we've been learning across all of the interviews we've been doing about patients that do better than others, it's one of the strongest predictors is who has a better support system. And that can come through your family, or it can come through even connections with other patients who are going through similar things, or both. So having a system that leverages that. Also this idea of goals planning, having a progress tracker, constant feedback, as well as this notion of having a passive journal. To the extent, a journal, and to the extent that it can be passive. And what we mean by that is one of the patients that we interviewed, she's a cancer survivor, amazingly strong woman, just doing everything she can to protect her longevity. And she talked about how motivational it was for her to journal all of her symptoms and try to correlate them with, things that she had done or not done in the day to try to get a better understand of how does her lifestyle choices and behavior affect not only how she feels, but also her cancer, like how progressed it was. So she said, don't make it too passive. It's actually good. The process of journaling is good. So we were thinking maybe there's a way we could build in some sort of passive journaling into our solution. Possible rollouts. One is the military and VA veterans, particularly for post-traumatic stress disorder. Another one is employee assistance programs. And I'm sure there's other rollouts as well, we just haven't really thought it through. So next steps for us is we really want to immerse ourselves even more in true user needs and really understanding firsthand from patients. Is this really something they want? And if not, how could it be different? So we want to talk to patients and interview them and validate the need. And we're also going to connect with Dartmouth is also doing a similar study using some of these solutions, so we want to talk to them and see what advances they've had. Would love your reactions.
What's the one thing you want to walk out of this feedback session with some more help on, so that we're very clear?
How not to be a flashlight. As I think about even the solution, it's a flashlight solution. It's lots of little things, and maybe at the end of the day that's what it needs, but I feel like I personally would like to find some sort of innovation, a way to help patients that cuts across all chronic illnesses. So if we start in mental health, that's a place to start. So, and for me, that's my desire to be a beam, or a laser beam. I'd love to hear, you guys have been really focusing on health quite a bit too, like what are you hearing, what are some common threads that you're hearing of approaches to help people with medical conditions that could be a common thread, and to help them sort of in a home scenario, right? Like we're not as interested in what's happening in the doctor's office, but what might be happening in the home scenario. So that's something I'd love to hear, just your reactions to how to be more of a laser beam rather than a flashlight, or maybe finding sort of that beachhead of where would we start first. And then reactions in general.
So I personally love the idea, and that